I mean, horrible news, obviously. What were your thoughts when all of this happened?
Simply put, Ryan, tragedy. I can't even think of another tragedy that parallels Kobe Bryant. With Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Prince. These guys and ladies were struggling with drugs. So it still was a shocker when they passed, but they had gone down that route. And we learned in sixth grade, don't do drugs. Right? So if you commit to being a drug addict and doing drugs, that end is a strong possibility. Kobe was just a tragedy, right? That just came out of nowhere. It had nothing to do with any self-inflicted lifestyle wounds. It was just a failure of a human being flying a helicopter. That we make mistakes. But the thing that I know about Kobe is that he was a hard worker. He was a shark who never stopped moving, right? And even when his career was over, he had developed into such a better person. People don't realize that early in his career, he had a bad reputation for being a narcissist, for being antisocial, being a loner. And, if you really think about Kobe, he was born and raised in Italy for the most part, so he got to Italy when he was 6. Language barrier. When you're 6 years old, you got to go to school. So here he is, this black kid, dumped into a classroom who doesn't speak the language. So he had to work really hard to fit in Italy. He lives there from 6 to 13, comes to America as a teenager, and he's basically a black Italian kid, right? And then he had to really work hard to fit in here. So I think he got a little bit of a bad reputation that he was a loner, aloof, standoffish. I think he was probably a little socially awkward, right? But also a very confident basketball player, right? That's different. And it probably was interpreted as arrogance, narcissism, and I just think he was just socially awkward. The NBA is it's in a lot of cases it's an urban game, it's an urban sport. So here he is, a black guy who's an Italian guy, came from an Italian culture. I lived in Italy, and I understand the culture of Italy. Around a bunch of black guys, bunch of Russians, who know, he probably was like, dude, like, I don't fit in anywhere I go. Like, I'm a unique oddball. And it probably was his mindset. And eventually, I think he developed his social skills. And I heard Derek Fisher talk about it, his teammate, that when Kobe had a child, that's when Kobe changed,
Hmm.
right? And think about it. Before kids, it's about you. And the moment you have a child, you got to start taking care of somebody else, and you learn how to serve somebody else. And I think that really got Kobe out of his shell. And he had a bunch of girls, and girls are different than boys. Girls will talk to you. Girls are passionate. Girls get emotional, and having girls creates a different type of father-child dynamic than father-son. Sons are one-word answers. How's school? Fine. What are you gonna do when you get home? Nothing. You hungry? Yeah. You ask girls how school, 30 minutes later, you realize that, you know, she had a project due and you got to help her. you know, Girls are just totally different than guys. And I think Kobe being surrounded by 4 girls and a wife really pulled the best out of him to where not only did he develop as an amazing basketball player, he developed into a very philanthropic, sociable, likable, nice guy. So to me, he not only reached his potential as a basketball player, he was reaching his potential as a person, and that's what I respected most about Kobe.